Wow. Looks like the 88 and a lap car had a little incident together that, man, the 88 has had a tough night. I can tell you, Jose does not want to see this. Those top guys do not, but Jose is going to have a lot of defending to do. Man, wins do not come easy. He's going to have a heck of a final lap to get through here.
He's probably going to have a heck of a push from Pro Boss here at the start. And then from there, once they get to the backstretch, it's going to be the gloves off. Definitely going to think that Pro Boss is going to win this race. But here we go.
Here we go. We're going to go back to green for the final part of this lap here. This final race of the night. Hopefully, we have the 11 on the outside. We have 43 of Jose as your current leader. Pro Boss directly behind him. Rabbit on the outside in that 12. Contact. Man, a car just gets obliterated into the wall. Wow. Another
the 42
car.
of MDL down there.
Yeah. Absolutely incredible. We have the 9 car in second place. These guys are just battling it out.
And here comes Pro Boss. Someone will appreciate that one.
Final lap, Pro Boss coming out here. Can they make something happen? We have Rabbit into the mix. These top 6 guys, I mean, a lot of guys battling out here. If Jose can hold on to it, he's going to be your winner here. But man, he's going to have a fight. Look at Rabbit tucking his nose underneath. Puts
there.
Pro Boss into the wall.
Pro Boss in the wall, and that's going to cost him 2 spots.
Jose is your winner here at the Coca-Cola 300. Wow, what an incredible race. I don't know that Pro Boss is going to be too happy about that one.
I doubt he will be.
All right, guys, we're going to do a quick mic check. I hope you all are doing well tonight. What a crazy day. It's been so rainy here. I'm waiting for this weather to get sunny. Sounds like everything is good to go, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to AKA's Cup Race number 15 at the Tricky Triangle, where we are entering round 2 of playoffs, where only 8 drivers have moved on from 12. Pocono, it definitely lives up to its name, but tonight we will find out who will conquer it and who will be defeated. But before we get started, we have to bring out the driver spotlight. And tonight we have Expert Toaster, who pilots the number 10 car, and he is in the final 8 battling it out for the championship. This driver, he is known for his late race maneuvers to power his way to the front and make his presence known. Expert, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Frozen. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Like I said, I'm just waiting for this rain to go away, but I'm pumped for tonight. It's a challenging track. But I think it'll go really well. I think we'll see a few cautions. You and I talked about it before the race. But, you know, I want to see how all these cars get around on damage and everything else. So before we get started, I got to ask you your first question. What is your most memorable race you've participated in, and why?
Well, I've got a couple, but honestly, the first one that came to mind when I read that question was probably a Homestead race. And it was the first one that we did in AK where it was broadcast. And unfortunately, you weren't doing the broadcast. And we only had, you've done all our broadcasts except for one, but it was one that HD Motorsports was doing the broadcast.
Right.
And what made it so much fun was just racing with Jose. I had a car that was really good on the bottom, and you know Jose likes that high line.
He sure does.
And it felt like the whole, at least one whole stage, we were just side by side all the way around the track. So that's probably the most memorable.
That's the best kind of racing. I love going side by side for several laps. I mean, there's nothing better, clean racing like that. So I can totally see that. All right, for your second question, if you could do any race over again, which race would you choose and why?
Well, there's a batch of about 100, but I'll do the most recent, and that would be my LOC race, Xfinity at Michigan on Thursday, because I pretty much led it wire to wire, and I just made a bonehead mistake in the pits. I went into I shouldn't be telling you. So I went into the pits just to take a can of fuel and no tires. And apparently I was more interested in getting a sip of my beer, and I ended up taking no fuel and no tires. So I had
Oh
to come back in,
no.
and I finished, I think, eighth.
Yikes. That is definitely one that you'd want to redo, but I bet you learned your lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, your third question. What's something we don't know about you?
A big fan of music. I've been playing music since I was like 12, 13. So I play guitar, bass,
Oh,
a
nice.
little bit of drums,
Yeah.
piano, and I record music.
So you are very musically talented. That's awesome. I've played drums. I've played piano. Love all of that stuff. So that's cool. Very cool. Do you have rock band? I gotta ask. Or have you ever?
No, I don't. Oh yeah, I played in rock bands through the years and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not in one now.
Gotcha.
Too old. I've got 4 kids, so time is not,
Life
mine to have.
happens and yeah, time changes. So, all right. Your fourth question. You are spotted at your favorite restaurant. What restaurant is it?
It's gonna be a Japanese steakhouse, and there's a few of them around here, so
Oh,
I
nice.
won't name a specific one, but yeah, that's probably my favorite meal.
Very nice. I wasn't expecting that. That sounds pretty cool. All right, and your last question, and we'll let you get to qualifying. I know you guys are starting. Heading into Pocono tonight, what's your strategy going in, and how do you feel about your car?
I like my car. My car is pretty good. Strategy is to try and keep it clean. I ran a race here with damage about a week ago, and you get even just right side damage, and it really slows you down, at least 3-4 tenths,
Oh, wow.
even if you get it repaired. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm just going to be hanging out, try and get some stage points towards the end of the stages, but just being very conservative,
Right.
staying away from everybody else's mayhem
Right. Very interesting.
if I can.
I hope you can, and I know you are, like I said earlier, you are definitely known to make those late race runs, and just out of nowhere, here comes Expert Toaster up to the front and making your presence known, and you just make sure that you stay up there, and you're very good about capturing a podium finish, so I hope you can get that win tonight and make it happen. Just try to keep that nose clean, and hopefully we'll see you in Victory Lane tonight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I hope I do well tonight, and it should be a fun race regardless. We got
Absolutely.
3 in the top 8, and if I could get a win tonight, and I could just cruise through the next 2, which would be nice.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Expert Toaster. Well, lots of luck to you tonight. I hope to see you in Victory Lane. You guys heard it here. Be rooting for Expert Toaster in that number 10. Well, these guys should be pretty much done with qualifying soon. I do want to give a shout out to all you guys hanging out in chat. I appreciate it. Dean Bonner, hope you're doing well. Do I think you should get back into dirt racing? That's up to you. That is up to you. But for now, before we get to this race, I got to talk about last week. We went under the lights for the Coca-Cola 300 at
Take
Charlotte.
it easy, Frozen. I'm gonna jump.
All right, see ya, Expert. And the battle that we saw at the final race before eliminations, it was the final one for round 1 of playoffs. We had several lead changes, and a strong lead pack allowed the cream of the crop to rise to the top. But as the 200 laps came to a close, drivers got really anxious and heated over the intense battles to get to the front. Jose, after a late caution, he managed to hold the lead with Rabbit making an aggressive move needed to move on in the playoffs, but he made contact with Pro Boss, putting him into the wall. He got a second place finish after a rough night of battling back to the front with Lucky Dog, who rounded out the top 3 after a very consistent run. But tonight, it's just going to be a crazy race. We're on the playoffs for the round 2 of it, and only 8 drivers have moved on, guys, so I hope you saw that at the beginning. But it's going to be pretty cool. Joey Clark, what's up? We are missing J-Mac tonight. He has no power, so you guys are going to be just listening to me tonight in the booth. I hope you guys enjoy the race. But I got to talk about for stages and everything. We have 80 laps tonight at Pocono. We have 25 for the first stage, around 25 for the second, and we're going to see around 30 for the final stage. what these guys can run somewhere, I would say around mid to late 49-second range. So look out for those, but we'll see who gets pole and everything tonight. I guarantee we have a 14-car race from what I'm understanding over the radio, so a smaller field, and I'm hoping that helps out with a cleaner race. Damage is on, and you heard experts say that if you get that damage, it is going to slow you down about 3 to 4 tenths, and that is something, that's a lot compared to those that do not have damage, so they're really going to have to watch that. That is something that's going to be super important tonight. So we'll see what happens, but can you guys believe it? Tomorrow they're putting off the race until 5 p.m. and this rain is just driving me crazy. It is a very odd time to have a race, but I know they have other races going on, and they need to make sure that track is clean. But I want to hear from you guys. Who do you think is going to win tomorrow for the actual NASCAR race? Put that in there in chat. I want to see what you guys think. Hopefully we'll be getting an invite soon here, but man, the tricky triangle is going to be a good one. I'll tell you what, things that we have to look out for going into turn 1. That is going to be a tricky spot, especially when you have 14 guys that are all trying to get into the turn. When you go too wide, sometimes the guy on the bottom can wash up to the top. The guy on the top, they want to try to dive it down low, but of course they have someone down there, so I think that's going to be a problem area we're going to see. And I don't think 2 is going to be too much of a hassle for him, but it should be pretty good. So we have Dean Bonner, who says Kurt Busch. You know, I'm hoping Chase Elliott. And Pure Sheem says he is in a hotel right now. So I hope you get to go to see that tomorrow. But he has... yeah, he's picking Kurt Busch and Toaster tonight, so that should be pretty cool. Rock, how you doing? I hope you guys are doing well tonight. We are getting ready to go live for Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle. Gonna have some green run here, hopefully. Not too many cautions. Yeah, I'm all about that Chase Elliott. You guys see it now. We have the 00 on pole. That would be, I do believe that's Rocky Top. But here we go, green. These guys are looking pretty good. Off to a pretty good start, I'd have to say. Too wide. We have a Lucky Dog on the outside. These guys already trying to get pretty low. And already we have a huge pileup going into the back. Not many people survive Rocky Top. A little bit delayed there off of that, but that's going to be your first caution all the way already into turn 1. I told you guys turn 1 is going to be the big issue, trying to get these guys up here. Let's see if we can get a replay off of that. It's not going to give us too good of a replay, but yeah, you saw that pile up, guys. That is insane. So we're gonna have the caution right now, trying to go back to a green flag. We need to get Expert Toaster on up here. We're gonna see if we have any takers for pit road. We have a Lucky Dog in the 11. We have 88 of Dodge Boys. We have Tedeschi, who is joining us this week in that 22, and Rocky Top will be at your top 4. Let's bring out that green flag. We're getting ready to go back to green at Pocono Raceway. I hope these guys can get it figured out. We already have some guys with damage. We're watching Rocky Top. He is currently directly behind the 11 of Lucky Dog with Dodge Boys on the outside. We have Tedeschi on that high side helping them out. We have a new driver, guys. So that 24, I believe that is Bass Pan the Man. Let's see if we can get through turn 1 cleanly. A lot of back and forth with these guys. That outside line just rolling. We see Rocky Top tucking in up there. A single file line. I think that honestly is the best way to go for these guys right now. Just make a single file run. Try to get everything situated out. Make sure your car's handling the way you want, and then start racing. That's exactly what we want to see here. You see the front 4 or 5 of these guys just running a great line. We have a little too wide action about mid-pack. You saw last week, if you were here, we had a breakaway. The top 4 or 5 cars, every stage, these guys were just doing a great job of getting away from the guys behind them. That helped them out with pit strategy and everything else. So we'll see if they can do that again here tonight. Let's take a look at the 43s in this about 3rd pack, I would say. He's pretty far back here. I don't know if he had an issue with somebody, but kind of fell pretty far back. We have the 3 up ahead of Blue Baca. We had an interview with him last week, I do believe. But you can just see guys playing with the brakes and gas, trying to stay off. About 19 to go for stage 1 already. We're going to bring it back up to the front. 88 in 2nd place. He is just currently riding behind that 11. I mean, he is in no rush. We have 19 laps left. He doesn't want to make any silly mistakes yet, so. You can see we have 22 of Tedeschi, and that is a guy we need to watch out for. This guy always brings a super fast car. Very talented. We've seen some bad luck from him, though. He sometimes is involved in a late caution and gets kind of ran through by the field, so we'll see if he can hold on to that tonight. But Rocky Top in that 00, another talented guy who is not a full-time driver. He's more of a part-time driver, but 2 very talented drivers that we need to watch out tonight. We had the 14 of Wonder way off the pace. Something must have happened to him. But let's see if we can get with that number 10 car. We see him right there. I want to go driving with him. The 10, there we go, Expert Toaster. This is a guy that makes those late race runs and does a fantastic job. He is pretty far off of those front guys, but like he said, he just wants to keep that car clean. He doesn't want to get in any trouble. Just let him run his race, and hopefully we'll see him up at the top towards the later part of the race here tonight. Let's bring it back to the 11 of Lucky Dog, aka the Bolt. This guy is always finding his way up front. He has won a couple of races so far this season. You can see this front 4 pack just getting away from everyone, doing a great job. We still have Tedeschi, who has made his way up to 2nd place, while we have Dodge Boys settling in 3rd. Let's see who is back there. 43 trying to make his way. He is working with the car ahead of him, trying to find his way back to the front. I believe that is the 51 ahead of him. I'm not sure if I have that. Johnny Rocket, I suppose that would be. Yeah, he is up there in that 51 car. You can just see how tight. We have a change for the lead. The 22 has made his way to the front, while Lucky Dog found his way close to the wall. I don't know if there was any contact there, but man, that was very close. He has found his way to the tail of the lead pack there, just hanging on. Dodge Boys moved up to 2nd. 00 of Rocky Top in 3rd, and Lucky Dog rounding out that top 4. Let's take a look. Right behind this lead pack, if we can find him out there. $15 to go at the line, and look at Pro Boss out here in the 9 car. He is just on an island by himself. I'm hoping he can get some help behind him, and I know he's feeling the same. A single car directly a little bit behind him. Hopefully he can get him to move up there and try to catch that front pack. But man, these front pack guys are just lined up, and they are out of here. You see the number 4 of Doc Holidays. He is one of those that have moved on. He is in the top 8. He is one that is going to want those stage points, because after the next few races, that's it. The top 4 will move on, and they will race for the championship. See that 4 car get a little low. He brings it back up directly in front of Blue Baca. They are on a roll and they are off and running. Expert Toaster, he's off just a little bit. I don't know if something happened to his car. Let's see if we can take a look if he's got any damage. It looks a little scuffed up, but I don't see anything too terrible. But man, it looks like he was definitely involved in something. He is off of the field from everyone else. Got a couple of cars behind him, but something has definitely hurt him. Scraping the wall. I don't know if he's got something that has hurt him as far as handling wise, but man, that's something. Look at this fight for the lead. Let's look at this. We have the 88 on the inside. He takes over the lead from the 22. Great job for Dodge Boys. He is your new leader. That is the 3rd lead change we've seen so far tonight, and we're only in stage 1. Look at the 11 car. He's up on the heels of that 00 of Rocky Top, making a move on the inside. He holds off and he is just going to hang out in 4th. I'm curious if we're going to see some moves being made. We do have a couple of laps here, so nothing too crazy, but we're going to see some pits going, some pit strategy going in the next several laps. Dodge Boys is one that he's going to stay out longer than the other guys. He doesn't want to go in, doesn't want to harm his car and possibly have a run-in with another one on pit road. A very smart move, but I've said it before. I'm curious if it's going to hurt him as far as these other guys. If they go in together, they are going to have that draft, and that's something that he is going to miss unless someone else goes in with them. So we're going to have to see what he does here. It'll be very interesting. The 11 has fallen back just a little bit, still hanging on. I'm thinking he's just giving these guys a little bit of maneuverability to make some mistakes and not affect him. Hopefully contact with the wall didn't hurt his car. He looks pretty clean out there, so I'm not seeing that as an issue. We got Dean Bonner out there in chat. He says he's watching some dirt racing on NASCAR Heat 3. You should be watching just Pocono. We got the 11 car making a move on the inside around Rocky Top in that 00. He currently is sitting in 3rd. It looks like these guys are trying to make some moves as we have Dodge Boys in the wall. Tedeschi behind him. These top 4 guys are just on the heels of each other. I'm hearing that we have Pro Boss on pit road. He is one that was behind this lead pack, and you know what? I'm with him. I would definitely go in if I were him. There's no reason to stay out. He was solo. He needs the help, so hopefully once he gets out of pit road, he will have someone that will be able to work with him, but it just all depends on how the pit cycles through. See the 22 of Tedeschi. Looks like he might have had a little bit of contact with the wall there. Is 00 getting a huge run, and I'm hearing over the radio the 22 will be coming into pit road. So we'll have to see if he's got any takers with him. If I were the 22, I would definitely be communicating with somebody. Let's go into pit road. Let's come out and work together. These guys have a nice lead. Let's see if we have any takers. No, he is the only one going into pit road, so that's something that he might be concerned about. You have so many people going in and coming out, but you want to be able to keep that draft. You don't want to come out solo, so we'll have to see how that all works out when he comes out. Let's take a look at that 11. He is our current leader. We have the 00 in 2nd place, Dodge Boys in 3rd. A couple of takers for pit road, so we'll see how that cycles out. Dodge Boys, I think he was making a move to say he might be coming in this lap. That or he was just getting loose, but I know for the Pro League, they do dive it down low just to let everyone know. So we'll have to see if he goes in. And he does not, so I'm not sure if that was just him getting loose, but man, that was quite a little wiggle there. You can see as we have the 9 of Probos who did go into pit. He's going to have some traffic approaching if these guys don't go in, so we'll have to see if he does a little bit of blocking to help himself out and not go a lap down, or is he just going to move to the high side and let these guys go? You can see what a line these guys run. Such talented guys, just single file, letting these guys go in a line and no one behind them. Absolutely no one behind them. All of these guys staying out. I'm surprised. I wish J-Mac was here because we have Dohar staying out here. We had Tedeschi going in by himself, and I'm surprised it kind of wasn't the opposite. I know that Dodge Boys likes to go in later, but he also likes to go by himself, and we have the 00 of Rocky Top going for the current lead. Let's see if he can make it underneath as these guys go too wide into the turn. Rocky Top has a little bit. No, these guys are straight equal going into this turn. Look at this racing here. 11 is going to try to take it into pits. You can see him slowing down, trying to get out of the way. He's going to take it into pits. There we go. Has a great entry going in there. He should be A-okay. We have Rocky Top as your new leader as everyone else is going in for the pit cycle here. We have the 88 in second. Not too many laps here. Stage 1 has been very clean. I was expecting that first turn would give them an issue, but once they get settled out and spread out, we will have a lot of green laps here tonight, and that is what we are seeing. A great race, a ton of lead changes, but very clean racing for these guys. They're doing a great job, and this is the beginning of round 2, so every stage point is important. Every point that you walk away with and position. Leaders are coming, 5 to go at the line as they make their way through traffic. We have the 88 on the outside, Rocky Top on the inside. 88 will be your new leader. 5 to go. These guys have lasted so long. I want to see if these guys are not going to come in. I can't imagine that they're going to be able to hold out on this. They will probably most likely have to go in. 88 is already backing off. I'm curious if that is because he will be going in. We'll see what these guys do, though. Do we have any takers? We're going to see here in a second. We have a car behind them, but man, I'll tell you what, these guys are clean air, just completely by themselves, and out they stay as we head to 4 laps left for stage 1. A ton of points up here for grabs. The top 8. We have the Bolt, aka Lucky Dog. We have More Dog. He is in the final 8. Jose, JRM Dohar, which is Dodge Boys. We have Pro Boss, Wonder, Expert Toaster, and Doc Holidays. That is your top 8 here. Once again, Rocky Top diving it down on the bottom, comes back up to the top. We'll see what these guys do. They had it. If they can hold out on this and go this entire first stage without pitting, what I'm hearing over the radio, we're gonna have Dodge Boys come in. There he goes. We're gonna have both of them go in. All right, so they're gonna be coming out together. Very, very clean pit entry. Amazing job for these guys. Great job. We are currently running with the 11, who is completely solo. We'll have to get a run on who is the current leader. I know the 11 was in that front pack. We have another taker for pit road. I do believe that it was the 3 of Blue Baca. You see the 88 coming out. way ahead of the other guy, Rocky Top, who was with him. So that is definitely some pit strategy there. He comes out right behind the 11, but he had to have taken only 2 tires, or I'm not sure what he took, but we'll see if he's able to hold up with the 11, who might have taken the same pit strategy. We'll have to find out. You see Doc Holliday's on that inside as he is trying to make his way past him. A lap count. I would imagine that we're coming up. Maybe this might be the last lap here. These guys doing a fantastic job. The 11 is looking extremely strong. I want to try to find the 22. 22 out there doing great. I don't know where he is compared to the 11. One of these guys are the leader. 22 did go in first. All right, let's go back to the 11. He is our current leader, so let's take a look at him. That is going to be a lot of stage points for this guy, and he is the current 8. So if he can bring it home, it looks like Dohar is falling back after taking probably only 2 tires. So that's definitely a pit strategy that will hopefully hold him out a second, but man, it looks like he's got Tedeschi all over the back of him. So we'll see if he can hold off for that. This is the final lap, guys, so if Lucky can hold this out, it's going to be a great job for him to get those points tonight. Here we go. That is the stage finish. Lucky does take home the stage points for that. Let's take a look who is behind him. Great job for these guys tonight. Only 1 caution so far, so they are doing fantastic. So we have Lucky Dog in first. We have the 22 of Tedeschi in second, who managed to make his way by. You can see him right behind Lucky. Managed to make his way by the 88, who did some pit strategy to get out ahead of the 00 of Rocky Top. So these guys have a lot of stage points that'll, like I said, help them out for points going into the second round here, trying to make their way to Homestead. Great job to these guys. These guys are obviously going to get full fuel and change those tires as we head into stage 2 for another 25 laps. Dean Bonner, it sounds like you are doing a lot of dirt. I'm telling ya. All right, we're getting ready to go. Green flag again. We have a little bit of pit strategy going on as Rocky Top is your current leader. We're coming back for stage 2. You see the 19 of Little Wing on the outside. It looks like we were almost trying to go 3 wide. They need to get a little situated here as we go into turn 1. Little Wing goes up into the wall, allows 22 of Tedeschi to make his way by. We have Lucky Dog on the inside, side by side with Tedeschi. We have Dodge Boys directly behind Tedeschi, giving him that momentum and that draft help. 22 makes a fantastic move going on that inside, and these guys are starting to file single file. Let's take a look at these guys. Once again, you see these top guys, that 00 of Rocky Top. Tedeschi in second. The top 4 guys, we have 11. Looks like we have Tedeschi trying to make a move for the lead once again. I'll tell you what, this guy does not race full time, but he always makes it well known that he is there. Very competitive driver, and he dives down, goes right past Rocky Top, and here he is as your new leader. We're taking a look at the 11, currently in third with Dodge Boys behind him. Pro Boss, who obviously has a very strong car tonight. He is directly behind these guys, and I'll tell you what, let's go back in the field because these guys are getting crazy back here. We have the 43 on the outside. It looked like we had some contact. We have a guy hitting the wall, the 24 going into pit road. I don't know if that's going to bring out the caution, but man, oh man, that was insane. That will bring out the yellow, guys. Let's see if we can get a replay on that. You see it there. He gets shoved right on the inside, going into that inside wall. Absolutely incredible. That was a replay brought to you by Shake and Bake Racing for the AK Up Cup Series League here at Pocono Raceway. That was only second caution for tonight, so these guys are doing a great job. Very, very clean out here, but these top four guys just absolutely dominating the race here tonight. I'm curious if we're going to have any takers for pit road. Let's see what we have here. Let's take a look. We have Lucky Dog on that inside. Green flag back once again for Pocono Raceway. These guys doing great out here. We have the 11 on the inside. 22 of Tedeschi behind Lucky, pushing him as that inside is just moving. We have Pro Boss in second. He is your current leader. Huge run on that outside. Fantastic run for him. Rocky Top just falling back though. Let's bring it up here as we have the 11 and the 9 going side by side for this lead battle. 11 getting a run going in this turn. We have Pro Boss just falling back a little bit. Gets into the wall, is trying to save it. He's doing a great job maneuvering out there, but that 22 having a heck of a run going on the outside of Lucky Dog. What a battle. He's got some help from Dohar, who is directly behind Tedeschi in that 22. These guys just making a run for it, and Lucky's like, nope, I'm cutting these guys off because I don't want to be stuck on the inside any longer. You see the 43 car of Jose coming off a win here from last week, I believe. This guy wants all the points he can get, and these guys are starting fresh, so he needs it. All these top 8 guys, they definitely need all the points they can get, so hopefully he can find his way up there. He's raced side by side with Pro Boss. They're going 3 wide. You see Little Wing shooting up the center. Rocky Top, who fell back, trying to make his way back up to the front. Little Wing getting that apron, and that is a rough place to be. You can see Jose taking it pretty cautiously as we hit 15 to go for the stage. Jose just running this so cautiously. You have to be cautious of the cars around you. I'm telling you what, we heard it from Expert Toaster earlier from that 10 car. If you get that damage and you have to go into pit, if you're fixing that, it's going to make your car a lot slower than these other guys who do not go in. We've said it race after race, so that is something that they really need to watch out for. But man, look at this. We have a top 3 breakaway from the rest of the field. You have Tedeschi in that 22 in first, who is doing a lot of lead nabbing out here tonight. We have 88 in second, who is obviously very strong and competitive here. We have the 11 of Lucky Dog, who is currently in third. And then we have a whole pack behind him, not too far back. Oh, Tedeschi getting a little bit of that apron. He's going to have to slow down a lot to make sure he doesn't hit that wall. He does, but the 88 has a nice run as he goes to the inside. These guys are going to take it 2 wide going into the next turn. 22 holds that out, but the 88 quickly has a lead coming off of that as Tedeschi hits the wall. Lucky Dog is going to take over second with Tedeschi falling back to third. That's going to give the guys behind him a nice chance to catch up as we have 2 packs of 3 cars. A huge third pack. You can see these guys. I think if they can hold it steady, they will be able to catch the second pack. We have a lot of cars here. You have about 5 cars, but they really need to keep it together. They're kind of spread out. You got some cars that are low, some cars that are high. They need to get that train moving in a single file line. If they can, they'll catch those guys in front of them. Blue Baca in that 3 seems like he's having a hard time controlling it. A little loose coming off that turn as he gets into Jose, who is in front of him. You're looking at this front pack. We have definitely a huge separation. We have the front pack. We have the next pack that's got another 3 cars. But these front guys are working so well together. And we saw that last week at Charlotte. They did an amazing job. And we have the second pack. They're getting side by side. And that is only going to hurt them. Let me see here. Do we have these guys going 3 wide? I'm trying to view these guys and it's just not letting me. Here we go. We have the 9. We have Rocky Top in that 00. And if I'm not mistaken, that could be the Expert Toaster in that 10 car trying to make his way up front. That is Expert Toaster, our driver spotlight of the night. He has the 00 directly behind him in the 9, that 00. He is not content just driving in a single file line. This guy wants every position. He wants back out front. A very competitive guy. He is trying to make his way up there, but right now I feel like he just needs to work with these guys. They are just falling back as they are just fighting for every position they can get. You see the 9 of Pro Bosch just kind of hanging back, letting these guys battle it out. I'm curious if he's got the same mentality that I do, that let's just run a single file, let's get up there. Or if he's like, you know what, every position counts, let's go for it. We're hitting 10 to go as these guys hit the line. Not much longer, we're going to see some guys going in for the pit stop here. Dodge Boys makes a move. We come back up here, and he is your current leader with Lucky Dog in second. Tedeschi in that 22, who is currently in third. These guys just have a tight line, and it feels like no one can compete with them. The 3 guys behind them, it feels like they are falling back just a little bit. They are trying to hold it together, but man, this field is... we have a lot of separation here tonight. You can just see how these top guys are working it out. I guarantee a lot of communicating is going on. Kind of the same thing, I've said it a few times, as Charlotte. But I have a feeling that some of these guys are going to go in. We saw Tedeschi on the last pit cycle. He went in solo. And I do believe he took second in the stage. So a great call for his end, especially for going in solo and coming out. He had a Dohar in that 88 who did a pit strategy of possibly 2 tires only. He came out and brought home a third as Tedeschi managed to pass him up on the final lap. But Lucky Dog, he was the one to take home the stage win for stage 1. We'll see what happens for stage 2 if he can hold that out and pass Dohar in that 88 after pit cycles go through. We're currently riding with your leader of Dodge Boys in the 88. This guy is constantly bringing a strong car. Hopefully he does not get into any involved in any late cautions. but it has been a very, very clean race here tonight. Speaking of cautions, I think we have a caution out, a wreck in the back from what I'm hearing over the radio, so that is going to be your third caution of the night. The 42 are involved. That would be Blue Baca and MDL. We'll see if we have any takers for pit road, because I'll tell you what, these guys, if it were me, I'd be going in absolutely. Let's take full tires, full fuel. Let's do it. There's no point in staying out. They would have to go in under green flag, and there's just no reason to risk the position. So you definitely have to do it. All right, it looks like they were doing exactly what I was thinking. These guys are going green once again after the third caution. Not too many laps here for stage 2. This race is going very quickly. We're looking at the 11 on the outside with Dohar and the 88 on the inside. The 88 has Tedeschi behind him in that 22, giving him a nice nudge going into turn 1. These guys are doing a great job in turn 1. I mean, it is a tricky turn. We have Expert Toaster getting a little wiggly. Might be getting a little loose there entering. Rocky Top has found his way back to this front pack, and I'll tell you what, he is not going to let go. This guy, he is a part-time driver, but he has seen a win here in the AKA Cup Series. So I would not be surprised if we're going to see him challenge for the win here tonight. We're currently looking at the 43, who looks like he's about 6 cars back. He's got Pro Boss in front of him. He's got the 19 of Little Wing behind him. But it feels like he is struggling, fighting his way to make his way up front. And it is quite the battle here. He's in 7th. He's got Pro Boss, who had some contact with the wall coming out of that turn. He's going to fall back, and 43 is going to take over that 6th spot. Pro Boss tucks in behind him for 7th. We're going to bring it back up here. We have the front group already. These guys are making a run for it. We have the second pack with 3 cars behind him. This front pack with 5 cars, and Toaster falling back a little bit. 3 to go at the line. Bringing it way back to the number 4 of Doc Holiday's. Blue Baca passing him on the inside in that number 3. You can just see how far that field is spread out. (22) falling back. I don't know what happened, but I'm hearing over the radio that the 88 got into the wall. 22 bounced off of him. Let's bring it back up here. I don't see anything going on with the 88, but man, oh man, that definitely hurt. We have a guy into the inside wall. I don't know if that's going to bring out the caution, but the 19 dove down into the inside wall. I don't see any caution out just yet, but the 22 is most definitely hoping for a caution. We have the 11 as our current leader. 88, who fell back from that contact with the wall. He is behind Expert Toaster, our driver spotlight, who's currently sitting in 3rd. This guy, I'll tell you what, he makes his way to the front. I am not kidding when I say that. Can we see a win from him tonight? It'll be his first win of the AKA Cup Series here for this season, if he can do it. Once we hit the line, guys, this will be our final lap for stage 2. Will we see Rocky Top try to dive it down underneath the 11? And as soon as I say that, he does it. Dives down, and it only hurt him. Lucky got moved to the outside, but man, oh man. We have the 10 on the inside. We have the 88 on the outside. 11 as your current leader, as after he gets that nice bump going into that turn. We'll see if he can hold it off. $11 on the outside as 88 trying to make a move for the lead. Who is going to get it? We're going to have a side-by-side race back here for stage 2 win. 88 is going to take it. Fantastic job for that stage 2. What a finish. Absolutely incredible. We'll see if we can get a top 3 for this stage 2, but I know the 88 won that. That's going to be a lot of points for him here tonight. We have the 11 in second, who was your stage 1 winner. Expert Toaster will take third coming into this, so great job to him. I'll tell you what, you're going to have to really watch out for this guy because he always makes the late race run. And he is one that keeps quiet, goes under the radar, and with those final laps, you just always see him up there in the front pack, and it is absolutely awesome to see. But man, oh man, the 11, the 88, and that 22, absolutely strong cars. We're gonna go back to green flag racing here at Pocono Raceway tonight. Race number 15. Here they go. We have Expert Toaster in that 10 directly behind the 88. We have 11 on the outside. Look who is on that high side behind the 11. We have 43 of Jose trying to make a run as we go into the final stage here. A lot of battling going on behind us. We have a guy hit the wall. A couple of cars spun out. It's going to bring out another caution. Let's see if we can get a replay on that. Crazy, crazy move as they were getting a little crazy going through that turn there. They weren't able to hold it. Yeah, we have some fans out here for Expert Toaster. Dean Bonner says, yeah, let's go, Expert. He's doing a great job, I'll tell you. We're still under caution as we had a couple of those cars wreck in the back of the field, but we will get under green pretty soon. We'll see if we have any takers for pit road, but I don't imagine a lot would go in at this point in the run. It's just at the start, so we'll see what happens here. I'm starting to see a lot of squiggly cars. I'm hoping that we don't have a lot of lag, but we'll see what happens. We have the 11 on the outside. We have 88 on the inside. Jose in that 43 behind the 88. Currently in 4th. We have Expert Toaster in 3rd as he's on the run on that outside line. These guys too wide. We have a car into the outside wall, falling back, making some contact with a guy who hits the inside wall. Absolutely incredible. Will that bring out the caution? It looks like it's going to. Another yellow, guys. I'm hoping that we're not going to have cautions breed cautions. Sometimes it happens. I think that is your 5th caution. We don't have any caution counters here tonight, but I do believe that is the 5th caution of the night. We got some crazy racing going on. All these guys, the final 8, just driving their hearts out to get those top spots. They need it. Only 4 are going to move on to Homestead. 4 are going to battle it out for the championship. So all these guys in the final 8, they want to be that top 4 driver. So they have to race and get those top spots. We even have drivers like the 22 of Tedeschi and Rocky Top who are part-time drivers. And they're going for the win here. So that's definitely throwing some interesting strategy going in tonight. 11 still is your current leader as he is on the inside with Expert Toaster directly behind him. We have the 88 on the outside with Tedeschi in that 22 behind him. Pro Boss still up here in that front pack. I'm a little nervous for these guys. We do have a guy in the wall. He manages to take it off that, and they're still moving. Let's see if we can keep it clean as we enter the next still too wide, going a few deep here. 11 as your leader, 88 in second. Pro Boss looks like he had a little bit of contact with the wall that is going to back up everyone behind him. Let's see if we can make it back here with him. I don't know if he's having handling issues, if his car is too loose, too tight, but we have seen him made some contact with the wall a couple times tonight. 43 of Jose, directly behind Expert Toaster of our driver spotlight. Gets a nice shove from Jose, pushing him up there to that front group. Hopefully these guys can tag along with that group and make some moves to the front. We're watching the 88, who is current second behind the leader of the 11, Lucky Dog. Tedeschi back just a little bit, just enough to give him some space. He's in that 22, but man, look at the line behind these guys. A lot of cars stacked. It feels like these guys have finally figured out the car and the adjustments they need. We don't have a lot of separation yet. Now that you guys have seen these guys race for 2.5 stages, who do you think is going to take home the win tonight? We have a lot of great guesses. 11 would be a great one. 88, we have 10 of Toaster. We have the 22 of Tedeschi, who 22 is not even the top 8. But he is always bringing a competitive car. A long, long line here tonight. Great racing. This is one of those tracks where every turn is different. We have someone getting wrecked into pit road. I'm thinking that was Pro Boss. Let's see if we can get a camera on him. It is Pro Boss. He gets wrecked into pit road. I don't know if that was by himself or if he had some help, but man, tough to see for him. See if we can make our way back out to the leaders. We're watching that 4 car at the moment. He is riding side by side with the 24. 24, that's the first time we've seen him, but man, the 4 and the 24, we saw it right there. They get some contact. 4 goes through the grass and somehow, amazingly enough, is able to save it. What an incredible save by Doc Hollidays in that 4. No caution. I don't know how that did not bring out a caution. But we're looking at Expert Toaster. He is currently in 4th. After we see we have Dodge Boys and Tedeschi as they're battling it out for the lead. Tedeschi's going to take that over. I'll tell you what, this guy is just constantly making moves for that lead. I'm afraid to pick a winner, guys. I'm afraid to pick it, but man, Tedeschi is just looking great out there. What makes me curious is, does he have the car in the long run? I feel like Lucky or the 88 have the car for the long run, and we have a caution. Let's bring out that caution flag. Man, that's definitely making things interesting. I guarantee a lot of these guys are going to take those fuel and tires, possibly be okay for the rest of the race here. It's going to switch up some strategies. Yeah, Pro Boss, after getting wrecked into pit road, that is a lifesaver for him. He's going to get back on that lead lap, have another chance at a go for making his way back up to this front pack, but he has got a long way to go after that incident. All right, green flag back. We still have Tedeschi on that front row. Let's see what we can do here. Green, green, green as we go back to racing at Pocono Raceway. Hopefully it'll be your final caution of the night and we can get these green laps going in. They have done amazing racing tonight. I'm very impressed. It is a challenging track. They don't call it the Tricky Triangle for nothing. If you've ever been there and raced there, you know we have Tedeschi into the wall. 88 dives on the inside, trying to miss that. He's going to take over the lead. We have 11 just following that 88 on the inside. I'd say the trickiest turn here, for me at least, would be turn 1. Turn 2 is probably the easiest. Turn 3, you just got to ease into it and get on the gas as you're coming out of the turn, but they take that really well. 22 held his line on the top. We have 13 to go at the line there. 11 all by himself on that inside line. That's going to be really hard to hold when you have all that power on that outside, and Tedeschi does a fantastic job of holding that out on the outside. He's got Jose behind him. Look who's making his way up here. Expert Toaster behind Jose, but man, what a line of cars. Rocky Top behind Expert Toaster in that 00. 11 not letting this go. He is gonna tuck in behind the 22 car, and we almost have a single file, but we have the 00 trying to fight for another spot as Expert Toaster falls back a spot. $11 with a great run. He decides to use it and push the 22 so they can move up to the 88, who got away just a little bit as they were fighting for second position. Not too many laps to go left, so these guys really need to get working together and make their way to the front spot here so they can challenge Dohar for the win. Look at the long line, guys. What an incredible race. If these guys can make it up to Dodge Boys in that 88, and I guarantee they can, it is going to be quite a battle for the win, and I will not be surprised if we're going to see a 2 to 3 wide finish here for the win. We're going to take a look at your leader, and when he is looking in his rearview mirror, that is what he is seeing. A lot of hungry guys wanting to take over the lead, and Dodge Boys is just praying that they stay back there. He doesn't want to caution. He wants to stay green, and he wants them to stay back there. But man, they have a pack of 5 cars right behind him, and they are gaining on him quickly. A lot of drafting goes into this track. 88 is gonna have to bring out some defensive moves here if he wants to keep that lead. 10 to go at the line, guys. 10 to go. Sally Lucy, what's up? Hope you're enjoying the race here tonight. These guys are at Pocono Raceway. Race number 15, round 2 in the playoffs. So these guys are having a fresh start. Top 8 drivers racing for the final 4 spots to head to Homestead for the championship. 88 still holding out that lead, but like I said, he's got those cars behind him, and they are not going to let him get away. Let's take a look at that 22 as he is catching up to the 88. He's got a lot of help behind him. You can see him right there. Single file line as they're doing everything they can. Dodge Boys trying to break that draft, but man, they are there. You can see him there as they enter the turn and come out. 88 just trying everything he can do to keep him out of the draft. He's going to drive low as they drive high. If they drive low, I guarantee he's going to take it high. What an incredible race. I don't know about you, but I would be extremely nervous and checking my rearview mirror a ton of mirror driving as we come to these final last laps. I don't see anyone going in. If they can stay green, all these guys are going to stay out, and Dodge Boys, he's really going to have to defend this. He's got a second place battle brewing up out here. Look at this. We have Lucky Dog diving in underneath Tedeschi, trying to go for that second spot, and he does it. You can see Dohar just trying to break that draft in that 88. He goes low as they're high. Like I said, he's going to try to do all he can to keep them behind him, and it is quite a battle for him. What an incredible race. Let's take a look at these guys. I don't know how he is managing to keep these guys back there. And it feels like he's gaining off of them. They are just falling back as they're battling for second place. You can see that line, man oh man. We have Dodge Boys in first. We have Lucky Dog in second. Tedeschi in third. We have Jose in fourth. I'm trying to get a look at who's in fifth. But man, if these guys keep battling it out, they're just going to give Dodge Boys the win here tonight. Looks like that is Rocky Top behind Jose in that 00. A very, very strong car tonight. These guys are really starting to race to try to catch Dodge Boys, but they can't. I haven't seen him be able to do it yet, and he is just breaking their draft. Doing a great job defensive driving. I want to try to bring it up here to the lead. You can just see it. Lucky Dog, he is not budging. He's not going to follow Dodge Boys, because if he does that, it's just going to slow him down a little bit, and possibly the 22 can make his way around him. So he is just going to hold that line and see if he can make his way up there. But man, what an incredible drive by the 88. Five to go at the line. We're looking at Jose, who is currently, I do believe he is in fourth at the moment. Rocky Top in fifth. We have 22 of Tedeschi in third. All these guys have been out front most of the race. 43 has come the longest way, as he was struggling at the beginning, getting involved in some cautions there, or trying to stay out of them. But man, he has made his run up to the front, doing a great job. 88, I'm afraid he's got company. The 11 is right on his tail. That is going to be an incredible battle. I'm hearing over the radio that the 22 has some damage from an earlier incident, and that is hurting his handling. I don't know that he's going to be any competition for these front two, but Lucky Dog and the 88 look like they're going to be battling it out. Lucky Dog trying to take a peek on the inside. He can't hold it out, but you can see the 22 getting loose behind him. It is going to be quite the battle. The 11 just all over that 88, putting the pressure on, and these three behind these top two, they are just falling back a little bit as Tedeschi is struggling with the car handling. Three to go once we hit this line, guys. What an incredible race. We have J-Mac, my booth partner. He is in chat. Man, J-Mac, I don't know if you're able to catch the race, but the 88, he is on fire tonight. 22 has had a great car tonight. However, like I said, he's got some handling issues that are really making him struggle, and he is falling back. The 11 trying to catch up to that 88. The 88 is breaking his draft. We're coming up on 2 to go once we hit the line. Can he hold off? He's got a lot of defending driving to do, because the 11 has a fantastic long run car here. We're hitting as we hit the final 2 laps here. I'm on the edge of my seat. This is going to be a heck of a battle. We have a fight behind them for third. So the race is definitely not over here. Look at those guys back there. Too wide. They are just fighting, trying to get past Tedeschi, who is struggling with the handling. Can they do it though? J-Max says these two have history. The 11 is going to move him. You know, J-Mac, you said it right there. It is very possible. So far, he's being very conservative, trying to take a couple of peeks, but man, we are running out of time. I do believe this is going to be the final lap. Once we hit the line here, we have the white flag. Pressure is on. What will Lucky do? And you can already see as we're hitting into turn 1, 11 on the outside, 88 on the inside. What are they gonna do? 88 is gonna come out with a lot of momentum coming out of this turn. The 11 is not gonna let him go. He's doing all he can. The 11 is going on the inside. Can he hold it? He's gonna have the preferred line going into this next turn. Side by side, they are battling for this lead here. The 88 doing all he can, but man, it is gonna be rough. Holding this out on the outside, that 11 is where you want to be. He holds off, and it looks like the 88 is going to take it as the 11 falls back. The 88 is your winner here at Pocono Raceway. Incredible race. Absolutely fantastic job on that 88. Looks like Tedeschi will bring home third. I don't know how he held that off. What an incredible race for him also. Great job for him. We have Rocky Top in fourth. Jose will bring out the top 5. Like I said, these top 8 drivers, they need all the points they can get. Let's go over the top 8. We have the Bolt, who is lucky. We have Moordog, Jose, Dodge Boys, Pro Boss, Wonder, Expert Toaster, and Doc Holidays. And you know who I did not see tonight? Moordog. I don't know what that's going to do for him in the playoffs. I can't imagine that he can miss tonight's race and still move on. He's going to have to, you know, win to move on to Homestead. But it's going to be an issue for him. But man, what an incredible race tonight. Let's go ahead and get these guys into chat. We need the Bolt, who was in that at 11, and Tedeschi. We're gonna go ahead and leave there because I'm not racing at I'm not racing there while I'm trying to give interviews. We'll see if we can get Dodge Boys in the party here, but man, what an incredible run. Doha, are you here with us?
I'm with you, Frozen.
I'll tell you what, you had an incredible run tonight. One of the strongest cars out there, obviously. How are you feeling in those final few laps when you had some separation from the pack behind you?
I was feeling a little bit nervous because I knew how big the draft pool was going to be here. Just wanted to make sure that I put myself into a position where I knew I wanted to be out front, just kind of control the pace of the field, and just, you know, make them work for it and make them team up together. I was hoping they'd race a little bit more, but the 11 came out strong because I know Bolt had a really, really fast car. We raced hard, we raced clean there at the end of stage 2 and then the end of the race. Just a fantastic race overall. Really got to thank Pro Boss and all the AKA officials. Of course, you for doing this broadcast. It's such a blessing to be a part of. Just a wonderful racing product. You know, we finally got a lot of green flag racing in at a very, very tough racetrack.
Absolutely.
It was a fantastic thing to be a part of.
You know, and it's a tricky triangle. It is tough. Turn 1 can be super hard, especially when you're coming off the green here, and you got so many cars going into turn 1. Did you guys find that as an issue going into turn 1 at all, or were you just kind of being cautious?
Well, we knew that was definitely going to be a hot spot in the race, was going to be any of those restarts, but Pro Boss gathered us all up together and just said, guys, you know, Just be careful going into turn 1 on those restarts, try and take care of each other as best we can. And really, aside from that first lap incident, we didn't have much trouble in turn 1. A little bit of stacking up, but that was naturally going to happen. The guys just took care of each other so well.
It's so true. You guys did really, really well. A few cautions, but man, the racing was incredible tonight, and your car was on fire. I loved your defensive driving. I was like, if I were him, I'd be driving low when they were high, trying to take the draft away from them. And you did a lot of defensive driving, and it was very, very clean out there. So huge, huge congratulations to you on the win here tonight.
Thank you so much, Frozen.
You're welcome. All right, we have the Bolt in the 11, another fantastic car out there tonight. Bolt, how you doing tonight?
A little stressed. Have a French project that I have to present tomorrow, and just worrying about that a little bit, because if I do good in that, then I'm exempt for the final. So
Oh,
I
very
almost
nice.
done going to finish it up a little bit tonight. That's like been on my mind the whole time. But other than that, wait, what was the question again?
How was your car tonight?
Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah, car was pretty good. I had a pretty quick car. It was a bit tight off exit, so I did it just for the sake of falling behind people, and wasn't the best at overpassing. I was trying to. We were battling with Dohar over here. Turn 2, I let off too much. Got a little loose off the exit, and then turn 3, I had a good run there, but then got a little bit tight there, and I didn't want to send him in the wall, so I had to let off real bad. And him being on the outside, I got the better arc at the corner and won the race fair and square there. So good job to him and to Tedeschi in third. Just can't say enough about everyone in AKA. The league's been had its ups and downs, but it's been pretty fun nevertheless. Pro Boss for battling me in here. All the competitors who have raced me fair. Everyone at Joe Gibbs Racing, Gibbs Gaming, Interstate Batteries especially for all the support throughout the Pro League. Wait, sorry, I'm in 100 different directions right now, and just trying to, I have a pretty good record at this track, but I really wish we could have got the W here today, but it happens, and on to the next one.
I mean, you definitely tried. You definitely fought for it. You had a great car tonight, so second place is nothing to sneeze at. You were going too wide for the win here. I appreciate the fact that you did not want to wash up into Dohar in that 88. You didn't want to do it dirty, so yeah, he won fair and square, but man, second place, you had a great car, so congratulations on that.
Thank you. Hopefully we can do one better next week, and once again, just thank you to all the respective people. Thank you as well for streaming the races. I can't believe I forgot to say that. And just, yeah, really happy with the result, but man, we just came really close there. And yeah, I'm really hoping we can do one better. Hoping we can get the W next time.
Absolutely. All right, moving on to third of Tedeschi. You are one that is not a full-time driver, but man, oh man, when you race in here, you give everyone a run for their money, and tonight was another example of that. One of the strongest cars here tonight, but what happened to you towards the end of the race?
We had a really good number 22 Shell Penzo Ford Mustang. Just kind of in that second stage, Tyler and Daniel, we were racing really hard and got to the wall, and the car was just a parachute from then on out. I mean, just didn't have any straight line speed, and I mean, it was good. I thought we could hang with them, but once we lost the draft a little bit, that was pretty much it. It was good to stay in front of Jose and Rocky Top. I knew we had a pretty good car, but yeah, definitely fun to race with the AKA bunch. Definitely got one of the best custom setup leagues on the Xbox side of NASCAR Heat 3. So just anytime we get in here, you know it's going to be a great race.
Absolutely. I mean, you guys were just battling it out the entire race. So many lead changes and so many passes for every position that you guys could get. It was amazing to watch. You guys are very talented pro leaguers out there, so it definitely shows, and you put on a heck of a race. Congratulations on the top 3 out there.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Thank Team Penske and Team Penske Esports, Shell V Power Nitro Plus Gasoline, all my supporters. Thank these guys, especially all the pro leaguers in here, Sam, Tyler, Daniel. We're the ones who we practice all the time together. Definitely tune in. Thank you for broadcasting these races, and I hope and I hope that we put on a good show this Wednesday at Bristol.
Absolutely. Everyone will have to tune in to watch Wednesday at Bristol. These guys will be live for the Pro League Series. A lot of these guys just been practicing their hearts out, and they're going to bring a great car and a great show. But tonight, you saw it here. Pocono Raceway, the tricky triangle. These guys definitely conquered it. They did a great job. Man, Dodge Boys in that win, just doing some great driving in those final laps and all night long. A huge congratulations to you again, once again, for that win. I gotta know, Dodge Boys, how do you feel about Kentucky next week? Actually, it's in 2 weeks, I believe.
Yeah, because I think we have next weekend off, if I do believe. I don't look that far ahead of my schedule with how busy I am. But I gotta say, I'm thrilled to be locked in. That kind of takes the pressure off locking myself in for the next couple rounds. I love Kentucky, but sometimes we have a love-hate relationship at that track. But I know that our Junior Motorsports Chevrolet is going to be ready to rock and roll when we get there. And we're going to try and rack up as many W's as we can before the finale and then try and win the championship.
Absolutely. Well, you guys heard it here tonight from Pocono Raceway. We have Dodge Boys as the winner. We have the 11 of Lucky Dog, a.k.a. The Bolt, in second. And Tedeschi, a part-time driver, just coming in here and doing a great job driving for third place. Next week, well, actually in 2 weeks, they will be headed to Kentucky Speedway, my home track. Gotta love it. I'm excited to see what these guys can do here. It'll be a fantastic time. Until then, I hope you guys have a fantastic night and enjoy the races until then. Take it easy, guys.
Yep, thank you.
All right, I gotta know Bolt and Tedeschi. Tedeschi, are you gonna race Kentucky Speedway?